go. Hopefully I can fit between the dumpster and the boat and not hit anything. Oh yeah, I got plenty of fucking room. All right. What up? I'm on the way to get the new rod and reel. I just texted the dude, and he said, gave me the instructions on how to get through security and all that shit at the yacht club, and I'm on the way. On the way. It's not the same rod. It's the exact same. Well, let me rephrase it like this. It's the same model, but you know, we all know that every couple of years or every year the manufacturers upgrade to like the newer models. Well, this is the third rendition of this rod, and they no longer make it in the configuration that I had. The one I had did not have a reel seat. It was just a through handle rod. They don't make that anymore. Penn does not make that rod in that configuration anymore. They also don't make it in that size anymore. So instead of the 710, the closest thing they have is a 7.6 with a reel seat. So it's not an actual true jig stick anymore. But you know, I'll take it because of the fact that the yacht club is replacing it. They could have very easily told me to go fuck myself and sucks to be you kind of shit, but you know, whatever. They're really, really cool about it. The guy I've been dealing with at the yacht club has been super cool. So we're going to go down there, we're going to grab the new rod, and we're going to go put it in the water and test it. Hey, Glenn. So it's going to be quite a long drive. I am 1 exit from the county line, and I got to go to the ocean. So I'm driving the entire distance of San Diego County, east-west, to go pick this up and then go fish it. So I got brand new 50-pound braid to put on it, on the reel. So we are on. I got to stop for gas at some point on the way down there. I only got a quarter. So it's a toss-up. Do I like try to make it to the second Indian casino or go to the first one? Hey, Bass Fishing TV, welcome in. But I figured, you know, I've been waiting for this day for a couple of weeks, so might as well throw the live on while I'm driving down there. And it sounds like this guy's going to meet me in the parking lot somewhere, so I'll probably keep the live on while I'm talking to the guy down there. So hopefully everything goes good. I was able to find the exact reel. Even though Daiwa doesn't make that reel anymore in that model, they still make the Saltist, but you know, it's the new model, it's the new everything. So I found the one I had brand new in the box. It was a display unit at a store, I believe. So it's never even had a line on it. Brand new. So I am stoked on that because that reel casts like a mofo. I wonder what Highway Patrol's doing. Oh, that's what he's doing. Okay. He's protecting the Caltrans guys. All right. Apparently they're fixing the roads out here. So, but you guys, we're going to get to see on this drive, we're going to get to see end to end San Diego County. One exit behind where I got on the freeway right there is the end of San Diego County. So we're missing like 2 miles. But we're going to be driving all the way up over the mountains and then down into the actual city itself. Yeah, the scenery here is definitely different, and it's going to change a couple of times through the journey here. I will lose cell signal here and there, but it's just for a few seconds. It'll buffer and then come right back. So when it does that, just hang out for a second and it'll come right back. So, but we're in the high desert outside of San Diego. Right now we're about 75 miles from downtown San Diego. So if you were to fly into San Diego, we're about 85 miles from the airport. So, and it's obviously high desert out here. A lot of chaparral, scrub oak, just boulders and rocks. And wait till I get around this corner, it kind of changes again to just straight up boulders instead of a little bit of plant life on the sides of the roads here. Cool area, hotter than hell. It's already 100 degrees out here right now. But, you know, it's almost October. It'll start cooling down here pretty quick. And then come November, December, there will actually be a little bit of snow out here depending on what kind of storms we get. So now they're saying it's a La Nina, which probably doesn't mean much to many people, but La Nina and El Nino are huge with two things: A, weather patterns, and B, has to do with basically the way the water temperature and the current flow brings the warmer and cooler water to the west coast of the United States. Right now, the La Nina, if you look at like the NOAA, the National Ocean Atmospheric Administration, or whatever it's called, NOAA, if you look at their maps, you'll see off the coast of California right now, the water is extraordinarily warm. What that's doing is bringing in fish, and secondly, it's going to move the storm tracks north of us. So places like the East Coast should have a real wet, hammered winter. We'll probably have a dry winter because of that. With El Nino, it's the exact opposite. The storm tracks push right down over us. It brings in all of the pelagic species: yellowfin, bluefin, wahoo, dorado, you know, all the fish that, you know, make their big giant migrations through the ocean. It brings them in huge numbers because they follow that temperature. So El Nino years, if you want to come fish for tuna off of San Diego, try to do it during an El Nino year. It'll be epic. You'll catch so many fish, you'll start getting tired and have to tap out for a while. But yeah, we got the La Nina going. So the fishing's been kind of weird this year. The yellowfin tuna never really showed up. The bluefin were here early and stayed late. Mahi has not really showed up yet. So it's been a weird year. But come wintertime, this area right here is going to be covered in snow. And when I say snow, you guys are going to laugh at the amounts. We'll get like 2 inches. I don't know, melt within like 2 days. But if you guys like saltwater fishing, keep an eye on the El Nino and the La Ninas, because they have a very, very heavy influence on the pelagic migrations. They also have a massive influence on your weather. Alright, I think I'm going to have to stop at the first Indian casino and get gas, because I don't want to chance it. I only got a quarter tank. I don't want to chance it going to the other one and end up freaking a mile short. My fat ass does not want to walk a mile to buy a gas can to fill up gas in my truck to get to the casino again. First off, that's a long walk. Second, I'm fat, so that's an even longer walk. And I got like 15 gas cans at the house, so no reason to have to buy another one. I have AAA, but I could walk to the gas station and back in time it would take AAA to show up. So I'll stop at the first casino and get gas there. And then we'll just go straight on down to the yacht club, pick up the rod and reel. So I don't know if you guys have noticed a little bit, the terrain's kind of changing a little bit already. We're getting out of all the boulders and all that, and we're getting into more of the real thick, dense scrub oak stuff out here. I know it's hard to see on camera while I'm driving, but if you look at the brush on the side of the freeway, that stuff is so thick that you cannot get through it in the deer woods. It's just a mangled mess of thick thorn brush, manzanita. The manzanita's bitchin' looking trees, but they grow so thick that you can't get through them. Then we got all the chaparral and the rest of it just like scrub oak varieties. I've actually broken the rest on the drop away on my bow trying to get through some of this shit. Like, you need a chainsaw to make a path to get through some of this shit. There was a spot where I knew for a fact I'd see deer because it's thick, and there's a little open meadow, perfect bedding all through there. So I decided I was going to belly crawl in through that shit. It took me 3.5 hours to go about 400 yards. And when I got there, there was no deer in there. Not a fucking sign of a deer. But I kind of, I had to go check it out, you know. But if you look at Google Earth and you look at the mountains of San Diego, you know, if you Google Earth like downtown San Diego and just go east, find the 8 freeway and go east until you come into the mountains, and you look at all the greenery that you see on the mountains, the super dense green looking spots, you cannot get through there on foot. You absolutely can't. Like, I can't turn the camera or I'd show you where we're coming up to, but if you look at the right hand side of the road there, just behind that sign on the hill here, that shit is so dense once you get to the top of that hill that you're not crawling through it. Hey, Northern, welcome in. We are just driving right now to go pick up the new rod and reel, and once we get that, we're gonna go fishing. We are gonna go fishing. We're gonna get a brand new rod and reel. We're gonna take the virginity off of it and go get her wet. Hopefully get a nice big old something on it. Something. I don't know what, but something. So I got to go to the Indian casino real quick and get gas because I got a quarter tank and I don't want a chance making it to the other Indian casino and not getting there. So I'll go here. Even though they're like 45, 50 cents more expensive, it's still the Indian. Oh, it's $4.28 here, so it'll be $4.48 because I'm using a freaking card. So basically $4.50 for a gallon of gas. But if I were to go into San Diego itself and buy gas, I'm going to spend over $5 a gallon, closer to $6. The gas station out near my house is $6 even for a gallon of gas. Which, if you ask me, is absolutely ridiculous. $6 for a gallon of gas is fucking robbery. And then our stupid ass fucking government in California wants to also impose a new tax on us for driving. They want to charge us 6 cents for every mile that we drive on top of the gas tax. And our taxes here usually says on the pump. Oh, it's all worn off. Okay. I'm going to jump out and pump my gas, guys. Then I got to run into the store real quick. I will be back in just a couple of minutes. Hang out. Have fun. My God, man, I went in the store and I come back, it's still pumping gas. I'm at, where am I at? I'm at $80 for, what, 17 and a half gallons. Sorry guys, chat froze way back there. All right. So it just cost me $82 to put in 18 gallons of gas in my truck. Welcome to Crapafornia, right? All right, guys. Sorry, chat froze. So, yeah, Mid-South, I am on the way right now to go get the new rod and reel. I'm going to pick it up from the yacht club now. So, I had to stop for gas. I got 3/4 of a tank of gas. You guys, it cost me $82. So, if I were to have to fill up from empty, it's going to cost me over $100 to fill up my truck. And it's the same thing with the boat, man. Every time I fill up the boat and the truck, it's close to $300. And then it's another $20 to $27 to actually launch the boat and fish at the lakes. Because they charge you an $11 launch fee, an $11 lake fee to fish the lake, even though I've already paid my freaking $80 fishing license for the year. I got to pay another $22 minimum every time I go fishing somewhere. So, and then they charge you to park your fucking truck in your boat trailer at the lake. $5. Now here's the sad part of that. San Diego County, the Board of Supervisors, was toying around with the idea of closing all of our lakes except for Saturday and Sunday. That means no fishing Monday through Friday, no going out with your kayak and kayaking around the lake, no, zero access, absolutely off limits, zero access to all San Diego lakes Monday through Friday. That's going to do two things. That's going to make it so a lot of people cannot enjoy the lakes. Not everybody has Saturday and Sunday off, first off. And then it's going to make it so overly crowded that the lakes that you can fish and water ski or wakeboard or any of that on, people are going to die because there's going to be so many boats on the water those 2 days. The reasoning for it is the fact that the county is not making money off of the lakes. Here's the kicker. If you go to one of our lakes in San Diego County and rent a boat, you know, say you go rent say you go down there with the wife and kids and you get a little paddle boat for the day, right? That money doesn't go to San Diego County. That goes to the third-party vendor that has the contract to rent out all those boats and all that stuff. And yet the city's complaining they're not making money on the lakes. How fucking stupid is that? Now, so if I want to go catfishing at night, basically, technically, I'm poaching because I'd have to go in and, you know, sneak into a closed lake at night. Or I can go to the ocean and fish in the bays, but the parking lots at the bay close at 10 o'clock. So, San Diego's a screwed up town, man. Oh, some of our wilderness areas here, you got to buy a land use permit. Now, the hunting permit, my hunting license, does include that land use. The land use permit is nullified by a hunting license, but that's still $80 a year. But it is what it is. I'll be out of this town soon enough. So right now we're crossing through the La Posta Indian Reservation. Beautiful country out here. I wish I could show you guys off the sides of the road. Absolutely beautiful out there. Perfect deer woods. But you got to be part of the tribe to go out there and hunt it. I'm working on getting permission. I have verbal permission, but the problem is, in California, you have to have it in writing on your person at all times while you're on either the reservation or private land. Basically, you have to have the written permission slip with you the second you get there. And it's going to be on your person at all times. So tracking down the guy that can actually sign that for the reservation has been really difficult. He's a very, very busy man, and between going back and forth between here and Washington and all that, it's almost impossible to track the guy down. But we're getting more into the actual mountains of San Diego. So the rain will start changing here a little bit. We only cut through this one little corridor off to the right, which would be the north. Absolutely beautiful out there. Super thick oak and pine forest. That's where I hunt, is off to the north of here. Actually, this next exit is one of the spots that I take. I get off the freeway at this next exit, and I go back about 5 miles to where the road is gated, and I'm walking another 2 or 3. There's deer back there, but it's extremely hard. It's extremely hard to get in there because, you know, it's all uphill, and a lot of it is gosh dang it, I hate this right there all the time. Asshole. My horn doesn't work in my truck right now. All right. The clock spring in my steering wheel went out. And yes, there's actually such a thing called a clock spring in your truck or your car. It's basically the little controller that controls your horn, your cruise control, your airbags, and a couple other little things. But to get to it and change it, it's a $100 part. But to get to it and change it, I got to take the entire dashboard apart to be able to take apart my steering column to be able to get to it. It's listed in the book as a 7-hour job. In Dana Point, I'll bet it's a fucking madhouse. It's an absolute shit show here. There's a spot here where I might have to go hike out there and do another video on it. There's one video on my channel already. It's in my actual videos. But I found 2 tree stands within 50 feet of each other. And then 50 feet from those is a ladder stand. And 50 feet from that is another ladder stand. So if you were to draw a 100-foot circle, in that 100-foot circle, there's going to be 4 tree stands. Oh, dude, mechanics are screwed these days. Absolutely screwed. Which truck was it? I think it was the Chevy Colorado. Might have Chevy Colorado. It was either the Colorado or the GMC's version. What's the GMC one? The little small one. The Sonoma. I was watching a mechanic, opened up the hood, looked at the wiring, and was like, oh, hell no. Not even going to touch it. Nope. No way. He's like, there's a 3,000 mile long spaghetti factory of wiring under the hood. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. We can't do anything about it. So, you need a fucking IT degree nowadays to work on a car. Give me something with a fucking carburetor and an old round air cleaner on top of the carburetor. I'll be happy. Alright guys, we're about to go through a Border Patrol checkpoint. I'll show you how to get through Border Patrol real quick and simple. Because I know there's checkpoints all over the place, but I'll show you how to do it real easy. First thing you want to do is as you come up to it, be mellow. This one's got both lanes open, so, and it looks like I probably chose the wrong lane. But I'm not even at it yet, and I'm starting to roll down my window. So my window's down now. And we're still, a couple hundred yards. So, be mellow, be cool, be calm, and everything's fine. They got the dog, so it's going to take a little while because they're searching every car. But I do have weed in my truck, so we'll see how other dogs pick up on weed. They've never pulled me over, though. They never pulled me over. Although now that I say that, I'll get pulled the other day or something. Watch. But no, it's usually pretty chill. I feel bad for these dogs because it's hotter than shit out here. And oh yeah, weed's legal here. They don't look for it. Now, if you got like 50 pounds, yeah, it's a different story. But if you got a couple of nugs, they don't care. They don't care. Oh, this is a different dog today. This is a lab. This is a good-looking bird dog. But he's walking around on the asphalt. It's hotter than shit. I feel bad for him. Look at his tongue's hanging out. He's checking out all the cars. How you doing, man? How's it going? Have a good day. And that's it. That's how you get through Border Patrol. Roll the window down, turn the radio down so you're not blasting out unless, in case they want to talk to you. And then just be mellow, be cool, cruise on through. And we're off. And then just up here, I lose service again for a quick second. Little buffer, and then it'll come back. So off to the right-hand side of the freeway, I know you guys can't see it. The side of the freeway, breathing freaking car and diesel exhaust all day. It's hotter than shit. They're in full fucking gear. Be cool, they'll be cool. There's actually a guy, I should slow down because there's usually a cop on this on-ramp. And he's not there, okay. There's one guy in the morning that I know pretty well. Because their shift ends at 6 in the morning. So, the overnight shift. And I keep my bow on the front seat when I'm going out to the deer woods. And every morning, the guy's like, hey, where are you going? And every morning I tell him, bro, I can't tell you that. It's deer season. I can't tell you where I'm going. And he laughs, and we talk about deer hunting a little bit, and then I'm on my way. But yeah, he tells me every time, he's like, man, one of these days, He's like, I'm going to ask you just the right way, and you're going to tell me where you're going. And I'm like, you know where I'm going. I'm going up to the next exit, and I'm going to turn right, and I'm going to go out there somewhere. Because the exit right past the Border Patrol is like the main recreation area for our mountain bikes and our hikers and all that. So, yeah, what I got, hey, Josie, welcome in. I got shoes for my dogs for when we go down to the desert, because you know the desert, it gets hotter than shit out there. They won't wear. Tried, but I'll tell you what, man, watching them try to walk with those shoes on their feet is hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. They do this like funny ass walk where their feet go out like 2 feet to the side instead of just taking normal steps. It's so funny. But they'll do everything they can to shake them off. All right, we're coming up on the Pine Valley Bridge. This bridge, and I know you guys are probably sick of hearing it, is the tallest bridge in the United States that's on an interstate, meaning a freeway that goes from one state to another. There's taller bridges on like state highways and things like that, but none that are on a freeway that goes between two states. There's people decide that that's the good spot to go swan dive off it to take your final dirt nap, because when you hit the bottom of that, it's all rocks and a little creek bed, and when you hit it, you turn into red mist. When I was in my early 20s, I was EMT. I worked for an ambulance company, and they got the county coroner contract to go pick up all the bodies from, you know, whatever. And I was like, oh man, yeah, that'd be awesome. I want to do that. I lasted 1 day. My very first call to go collect the body was somebody that jumped off that bridge prior. A hiker actually found the body, and we had to actually helicopter down into there, which was fucking badass. They lower you down from the helicopter to get in there and give you a little garden shovel and a trash bag to scrape the remains into, and then helicopter you back up out. That was fun. But my very next call the same day was a dude that decided to jump in front of the Amtrak right along the beach. And if you ever seen somebody that got hit by a train, it's pretty. It's not like where you get off to the side of the road. You get hit by the train, it drags you down the train tracks, and bits and pieces get caught and snagged and hung up, and yeah, I wasn't prepared to see what I saw. I quit that gig that day. I went back and I'm like, I don't want to be on the coroner contract thing anymore. Nuh-uh, no way. Then I worked for that same ambulance company for about a year, and I quit. I quit, like in the middle of my shift, I quit. But that was a whole, I can't talk about that on YouTube because YouTube will cancel me if I explain the scene that made me quit. But it had to do with a couple of kids who, their parents were crack dealers, and their kids thought that the stuff that they found in mommy and daddy's bedroom was rock candy, so they ate it all. So yeah, that made me quit. basically on the downward side of the mountains now. So just a little bit here. We'll but we're 37 miles out of the city limits. And you're gonna see here in about 5 or 8 miles, traffic is just gonna start getting really bad. So if you ask the people that live like in the city, they're gonna say this is out in the middle of nowhere where I'm at, which it's really not. Oh yeah, retrieving bodies from a sunken ship would suck. Sorry guys, I know I'm bad at keeping up with chat, but I'm driving, so it's really hard to keep up with chat and drive at the same time. You need to hear something funny. Shit, I don't have any jokes that are YouTube appropriate. They're all racist. Let's see. Funny stories. I don't really have any right now. Not that I can think of. I got like stupid dad jokes, but that's about it that I can tell on YouTube. The rest are racist. All right, so we're passing the other Indian casino right now. They're off to the right, and we'll see. They got like a big. This place is like a fucking house. They got an outlet mall. Well, they had an outlet mall. Most of the stores in the outlet mall are gone. They got a hotel. They got the casino. They got a gas station. Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. All right, gas here is $4.40, and they don't charge a different price for credit or debit or any of that. It's all the same. Yeah, that sucks, man. 14 years is a long time to have a dog, too. Mine are starting to get old. Mine are coming up on 10. And I don't want to think about what's going to happen when it's their time. Yeah, $4.40. That's the cheapest in town. They're about $1 cheaper than all the, like, you know, Arco, Shell, Chevron, Exxon, you know, all your big name gas stations. Sunoco, you know, whatever. Pick a gas station. The Indian casinos are about $1 cheaper. Man, it is still flipping hot out here. My air conditioner in my truck doesn't work, so I'm sweating balls. Yeah, $2.34. I haven't paid $2 a gallon since I was in high school. And that was what, 35 years ago? 30, yeah, well, let's see. 32 years ago. So we're losing 2 refineries in California. Valero and Phillips are both pulling out of California completely. I believe it's, I don't remember if it's Valero or Phillips. One of the two will be gone by the end of October of this year. The other one will be gone by October of 2026, which means we're losing like 20 some odd percent of our refinery capabilities in California. Estimates of gas prices are going to be $8 once those 2 refineries leave, because we will not be able to keep up with the demand. So California added, I think right now our taxes on gas, our actual gas tax, which is separate from like sales tax and the import fees and all that. Just the state tax alone on gas, on their gas tax, is 60 cents. That's going to go up again in a couple of months. And then they're trying to, because they push so hard for electric vehicles in California, electric cars are not paying the gas taxes, right? Well, those taxes that the state implemented on gas is supposed to go to fixing the roads. All right, construction, I gotta slow down. I'm doing 80. Because there's so many electric, Teslas basically in California now, those Teslas aren't paying the gas tax. So our stupid fucking state government decided, well, we're going to implement another tax. What we're going to do is we're going to add a mileage tax. So they want to put a transponder in your car, mandatory, right? That will track your mileage that you drive. So every mile you drive, they want to charge you between 4 and 6 cents. So imagine I wanted to drive to New York, right? The state of California is going to charge me 6 cents for every mile between here and New York, and then 6 more cents for every mile between New York and California when I come home. And the way they want to do that, the way they want to collect the money on that, is with your vehicle registration fee. So every year, when you got to pay your tags on your car, they're going to pull up the numbers from your transponder, pop those numbers into the system, and now that's going to, they're going to include that that number on your registration of your vehicle. My Jeep is $600 a year to register out here. So now imagine they want to freaking charge me another $600 to $1,000. I'm going to be paying over $2,000, close to $2,000 to register my car every year. Plus, I'm going to be spending $8 a gallon on gas. All right, chat froze again, guys. You jumped off that bridge. What bridge? Oh, my chat froze. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's hard to read chat and drive. All right. God, it's getting hotter as I'm getting closer to the city. All right, thanks for hanging out while I'm driving, guys. Appreciate it. I know that the driving's not as fun as the fishing, but I promise we are going fishing. We are on the way. We're going to pick up the brand new rod and reel, and once we pick that up, I already got line with me to line that reel. I got a brand new thing, a 50-pound braid. We're going to throw some line on that reel, and we're going to go get that freaking thing. We're going to take the new off of it. We're going to go, we're just going to go to the bay, throw a rod and reel in the bay, see what we can get. But, hopefully we can get something good. I would love to catch a shark on that thing for the first cast. But I gotta have the fish gods completely on my side for that. And lately the fish gods have not been on my side. They've been against me. I think they've been against everybody out here lately, though. Fucking hot. Hey, Action Air Conditioning. You got some refrigerant you can put in my truck? We did a road trip a couple years ago. We went down and stayed at the trailer down in the desert for a few days, and because we used to keep the trailer down there in the desert, and then went and stayed there for a few days, did some off-roading, and then went over into Borrego Springs, which is a desert, to the resort over there for a few days. And right as I pulled into the resort, we took two cars. We took the Jeep and my truck. I packed all the dirt bikes and everything in the truck and drove that. And the wife took everything else with the dogs and the Jeep. But my pulley on my AC pump froze. So it smoked my serpentine belt on my truck. That belt broke. So I had to have the truck towed home, which thank God I have the freaking long distance towing through AAA. So I had the truck towed home. I replaced the AC pump, replaced the belt, but I never went and got the refrigerant to charge the new AC pump. So I got a brand new AC pump with no freaking AC refrigerant in there. All I got to do is hook it up and blast in some fucking, what is it, the R22 or whatever. Problem is you can't buy it here in California. It's not legal. So I got to go to Arizona to buy the good refrigerant stuff for the air conditioner. All right, so we're getting into the main suburbs of the city now. So traffic's going to start getting bad. Josie, my weather does not have the dot in front of it. It's just weather and then the city or zip code. Type in, Josie, do weather 9/20/20. That's El Cajon, California. That's where I'm about to be driving through. No period in front of it, just weather, the word weather, and then 9/20/20. Yeah, exactly. This is where Jimmy Johnson grew up for all you NASCAR fans. And Ricky Johnson for all you motocross fans. Oh, come on, Nightbot. You're not going to freaking... Why is Nightbot not working? It should. Oh, you know what? I'm fucked up. I went back in and I put the dot. I'm so stupid. I did that the other night. I totally forgot I did that. So it is dot weather. Yeah. 91 degrees here in El Cajon. And it's, I don't even know what time. Noon? Right around noonish. All right, we went from 80 to, we're doing 55. So this exit right here we're passing is where I used to live. And when I lived here, I was like, but I lived like, you get off the exit here, go under the freeway, and then there's a road that goes way back into the hills. And it's like 7 miles back into the mountain here. Well, I call it a mountain. It's not really a mountain. It's like the foothills. But yeah, it was, we thought that was far away. And now we're an hour east of there. We're at 59 minutes and 18 seconds of the live. And I started the live when I pulled out of the driveway at the house. So now I did stop and get gas, and That's also the exit where Jimmy Johnson. All right. I gotta roll this window down a little bit, guys, and get some airflow. It's probably gonna blow out the audio for a minute, but I'm fucking dying. All right. Let me see if I can. All right, now it splits over into 3 lanes, and so this exit coming up here for the there's an interchange up here. Interchange coming up here, going from Highway 8 to Highway 67. There's an on-ramp to get onto the freeway, and the exit lane to get on the 67. Every freaking morning, it's a pain in the ass. Like, traffic's backed up. All the exit starts right here. Traffic's backed up all the way to the exit to get off the road. But then right on the other side of this bridge, the on-ramp comes on. And I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but the 4th lane over there, the end of the on-ramp is the beginning of the off-ramp to get onto the other freeway. What a fucking nightmare. Oh, don't I? What question were you going to ask? No, I don't have to stay. Oh my God, man. Now we're passing the mall, which has Dick's Sporting Goods in it, which is actually not a sporting goods store. I don't know about you guys that have Dick's Sporting Goods around, but out here, Dick's is not a sporting goods store, it's a clothing store. All right, we are 15 miles to the city limits of San Diego. And traffic's going to get worse and worse and worse as we go. And I'm going all the way to the beach. So that 15 miles is just the city limits. That's not actually downtown. Downtown's about another 10, 12 miles past that. I'm gonna ask for suggestions to make designs. Designs for what? Yeah, exactly. It's a clothing store for snobs. Golfers and fucking runners and tennis guys. When that Dick's Sporting Goods opened, it was kind of funny. One of my buddies was in the electrical union, and he was working on Dick's, doing all their electrical stuff while they were building out the store. And I applied there. And while I was doing the interview, my buddy was actually working on the lighting section above where we were doing the interview. So he was up on the scaffolding watching my entire interview, and they asked me, they're like, oh, okay, can we contact any of your references or any of that? And I was like, yeah, actually, one of my references is right there putting the lights in your store. And the girl kind of laughed, and she goes, oh, how convenient, you know. And she looks at him and she goes, hey, would you hire this guy? And he goes, man, I wanted him to come work on my crew, but he doesn't want to do electrical. So I thought that was kind of funny. But then after the interview, they're like, okay, well, you know, we'll let you know in a couple days. We got a bunch more interviews, you know. So I didn't hear from them for like a week. So I called them back, and they told me, they said, oh, you just don't fit our profile. So I asked them if I could get that in writing, and they refused to do it. But they straight up admitted to me that they were profiling people, not actually going based on, you know, worthiness of being able to do the job or not and having the job skills. All right, see how much traffic we're getting into now? Now we're into like the main part of, we're getting into the center of all the shit. Lake Murray coming up here is where I was at the other day when it started absolutely pouring on me. I used to have to do this drive every morning going to work. And going through here, it was nuts to butts, bumper to bumper. And you're doing like 2 miles an hour. It would take me to get from here to San Diego State College, it would take me 25-30 minutes to get from right here to the college. And I'll show you the college here in just a second. Well, you can't really see it from the road, but you can kind of see some of their buildings off the side of the road. But it's like 3-4 minutes from that exit that I just passed to the college. Oh, come on. So we got one guy in a freaking, who is that? A CPL. It's a leak detection company. We got one guy sitting in the fast lane doing 65, holding everybody else back. So college, 1.25 miles. Okay. So we're now technically in the city of San Diego. Sorry guys, it's so hard for me to keep up with chat while I'm in this traffic. Alright, so this exit right here on the right is for the college, for San Diego State. So all you college football fans, this is the Aztecs' home right here. Off to the left is the college up on the hill there. Viejas Arena. What's going on? Their marquee just goes so slow you can't read what events are coming. So yeah, all of this off to the left-hand side of the road here is San Diego State University. All right, now we're getting into what's called Mission Valley. And it's back in the day, I forget the exact Spanish missionary or whatever he was, had missions built all up and down the West Coast. And they're basically within a 1 day's walk of each other. So there's a mission right here in this little valley. Hence the name Mission Valley. Alright guys, the lotto's up to 121 million again, so buy your Powerball tickets. That bridge we just went under is for the trolley. Alright, we're getting close. I don't even know what time it is. I told this guy to be there about 1. It's 12. What time is it? 12:55. Is that right? Is it 1 o'clock West Coast time, you guys? 2:55 Josie's time, so yeah. Okay, so it's almost 1 o'clock here. Perfect. Here's a guy with his boat going down to probably go out and fish the kelp beds or somewhere. I'd love to have a boat like that. What is that? That's the Triumph center console. Okay, so that means it's 1 o'clock here. Perfect. I told the guy I'd be there just after 1, so. All right, here's the 805 North, which is through San Diego. It's the 805, and then it turns into the 5. It goes all the way up to, I believe, Canada. Oh, my ears just got all plugged up from the pressure. Oh, there we go. They finally freaking popped. Oh, that hurt. There's another boat. He's morning and already back on the way in. So we just passed what used to be Qualcomm Stadium. It's now what, Snapdragon, I think. All right. See, it's what, 1 o'clock on a freaking Tuesday afternoon, and traffic is just chaos here already. Going the opposite direction at like 3 o'clock, it's going to be nuts to butts. So this freeway right here, this off-ramp to the right, is the 163. That goes into the middle of downtown San Diego. We're coming up into what's considered Hotel Circle, and basically, except for this big old monstrosity building to the right, which is apartments, everything you see out here is hotels. This is all hotels through here. And then to the right, the Handerly has a golf course with a bunch of ponds, and I guess there's supposed to be some pretty big ass bass in those ponds. I've never fished it. But we got like the Hojos, we got the Hampton, we got the Doubletree, all kinds of shit down here. They're building a new monstrosity of an apartment building. The Crown Plaza, that place is actually pretty cool. The Crown Plaza's got a really cool little bar in it. Then the Motel 6, Best Western. There's another Mission up on the hill to the left. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it looks pretty badass with that big old tower and stuff they got on it. Oh shit, I gotta get over. Shit. I was going to the beach. I gotta get over on freaking Rosecrans. We're about to go through Point Loma, which is where it used to be called MCRD, the Marine Corps Recruit Depot. When you join the Marine Corps, this is where your ships were boot camp and shit out here. Now, it's still called MCRD by all the locals, and it's still military property, but it's not like a military base like it used to be. All right, so we are getting on to the Point Loma area. sort of the San Diego Sports Arena, which I don't think they do sports there anymore. It's more like a little concert venue type shit. Raising Cane's. That used to be a Jack in the Box. Hey, look, a junkie. We'll see a bunch of those. Has anybody ever eaten at Raising Cane's chicken fingers? It's the first one I've seen out here. Okay, guys, this is fucking hilarious. So to the right, there's a nudie bar. It's called Les Girls. On the roof of the nudie bar is a sign for a dispensary. Don Carlos is the fucking figurehead for their dispensary. There's a straight up picture of Don Carlos on their sign. Alright, I'm gonna stoplight, so let me see if I can catch up with chat. Hey, Terry, what's happening? Yeah, I'm stuck at Hancock right now. At the light. I'm at Les Girls. Hey, Terry, what is it? Talbot that I take to get down to the yacht club? Talbot to Anchorage or some shit? Yeah, West Marine's up here a little bit on the left. The small one. Oh, there's Jeff texting me right now. Let me see. I'm going to check this text message real quick, guys. All right, sorry guys. That was actually the yacht club texting me. I had to check it real quick. If I get stuck at this light for any length of time, I'm gonna text him back real quick, guys. Give me a quick second. It's gonna buffer while I text him back. All right, sorry guys. I had to text him back real quick and let him know where I was at and let him on the way. So I'm a few minutes away still. God, it's flipping hot out here. It's still got to be in the 80s down here, and I'm like not too far from the water. Here's Midway, which is where all the nudie bars are. Banfield Pet Hospital. I wonder if my buddy's dad used to own a physical therapy down here. It's in my email. It's in my channel description. I want to say it's a SoCal Outdoors 619 at Gmail. Hit up Squidco? Yeah, no. They don't have any good sales going on. That's actually where I bought the rod and reel, and I'm going to pick up for my replacement. Well, the original. Squidco, for being such a big name, is sure a fucking tiny ass little store, though, I'll tell you. All right, so to our left is what used to be called MCRD. Marine Corps Recruit Depot. This is where you'd go on the West Coast when you got shipped off to the Marines. And now it's like, they still have, Marine Corps stuff there, but not like they used to. They got a place called The Lot, which is a theater that has like badass freaking lazy boy recliners for the theater seats. They got bonds, they got sports clubs, they got all kinds of shit down there now. Bunch of military housing, there's a whole mall in there. There's a burger joint in there called Slater's. which is pretty good. It's not the greatest, but it's, you know, it's decent for a burger joint. But they got all kinds of weird ass burgers. They got the 50-50 burger, which is 50% hamburger and 50% bacon. They grind up the bacon and the hamburger together and make a 50-50 patty, which is not bad. But they have like a peanut butter and jelly burger and all kinds of shit. Like, who wants a cheeseburger with peanut butter and jelly on it? All right. Oh, stuck at the fucking light again. God damn it. All right. Yeah, Squid Go's tiny now. It's like the size of a fucking 7-Eleven. Well, their storefront. Their warehouse is still fucking huge, but the storefront's tiny. You could fit like 12 people in there at max. Then we got, what's this one now? Angler's Arsenal, I think. Angler's Choice. All right. We're getting down into, so if you turn left here, you go to the airport. We're at Nimitz. I got to go down to, I think Talbot is the street I turn on for the yacht club. I looked it up on the maps, but I don't, you know, I've never been there. But I think it's Talbot to Anchorage. So we're a few minutes out. And then the big West Marine's coming up down here in a minute. Appreciate you guys hanging out while I'm driving, guys. I gotta go to the yeah, left on Talbot and there's a guard gate. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I saw on the maps. So that's like right off of Talbot. Fuck, it is still hot down here. Tony's Taco Shop. Next door to Starbucks drive-thru. All right, here's Harbor Drive. So the next one should be Shelter Island. And then Talbot should be like 1 or 2 streets past that. Here's all the like hourly motels. There's the big West Marine. I wonder if they sell frozen squids. Because I don't want to have to go all the way the fuck back to Dana Landing to buy bait. Tacos El Gordo? No, there's that one down in Old Town. It's, what the fuck's the name of it? Das Brasas, I think it's called. Is this Talbot? No, that's Portugal. This is Cannon. So I think Talbot's the next one. What's the fucking point of an electric Jeep, you guys? Like, have you ever seen a fucking a charging station on an off-road trail anywhere? All right, here's Talbot. Hey, and I got lucky. There's no traffic coming. I can turn. Okay. All right, I see the yacht club. It's right in front of me. All right. So Talbot, I think, turns into Anchorage. Yeah. And there's the yacht club. So, shit, I should fish right here, huh? All right. These guys were fishing right there. Yep, San Diego Yacht Club. All right. Let's see how much of a pain in the ass this will be to get in. I just went to turn down the radio. How you doing? Good. I'm here to see Jeff.
Jeff. Last name?
I believe it's Johnson.
Okay, Jeff Johnson. And what is your purpose for seeing Jeff?
He's got a rod and reel.
Yep, yep. We were told you were coming.
Okay, cool.
See that solar panel building?
Uh-huh.
Go down here, make a left, find parking.
Okay.
Go to that solar panel building, go upstairs, and you'll find the dock master's office.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. That was simple. They knew I was coming. So he said, go down here, turn left, find parking, and go up to the dock master's office. All right, all right, all right. There is no... Oh, there's parking over there. Okay. All right. All right, all right, all right. Wow, there's no parking. Yacht Club's full, guys. Wow, there's no parking out here. There's a parking spot. All right. Oh, there's a bunch of parking spots. Okay. All right, so let me, I'm going to pull all the way through. That way I can just pull straight out. Okay. So, guys, I got to call Jeff real quick. So the stream's going to buffer while I make this phone call. So just hang tight for a few minutes and it'll be right back. He sent me to voicemail. What the hell? Let me... Hold on, guys. I got to figure out where this dude's at. They said go upstairs to the dock master's office, right? So, second floor was the dock master's office. So let me do this. I'm just gonna walk up there and see if I can find him. So I'm gonna kill the live, you guys, for a few minutes while I go up there, and I don't want to disrespect him by showing up recording while I walk in. So I'm gonna go up there and go get this thing taken care of real quick, and then once I'm done with that, I'll restart the live. So I'll see you guys back here in a few minutes. Thanks for being here, guys.